This fight is a strange bucket of muscles. At 170 pounds, we have Havoc Cole Williams taking on Jason Witt, the Vanilla Gorilla. Matt, for Jason Witt, he made a short notice UFC debut against Takashi Sato back 3 months ago, replacing Ramiz Brahimaj, and I cannot stress how short a notice that fight was. Now, another guy representing Glory Fitness and MMA, the gym's taking the world by storm, but for Jason Witt, his first time out, gets knocked out by Sato very quickly. Now, does that give you pause? Do you worry about that so much in this fight? Not so much. I mean, Cole Williams, his first time out, took on Claudio Silva. And Matt, Claudio Silva didn't look good against Glory Fitness and MMA's own James Krause not that long ago. But for Cole Williams, the kid got mopped. And I say the kid, he was 35 years old going into that fight. He's 36 right now. Let me take you through the weird journey that is Cole Williams' last 5 fights. 5 fights ago, he takes on Devoneer Jackson, who was 1-1 5 years and 9 months ago. Then he takes on John Kennedy, who was 6-16 5 years and 2 months ago. Takes on John Poppy, the old Poppy, 8-4 3 years 5 months ago. Beats him. Then he takes on, great dance move, right? Charlie Brown.
Not bad.
And that was 2 years and a month ago, and the Claudio Silva fight was over a year ago. Hopefully you like the dance moves. Wah, 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 wah. Charlie Brown. For Cole Williams, he's a well-rounded fighter. At the beginning of his career, pretty good puncher. He was quick, diminishing hand speed as he's gotten older. His cardio hasn't been all that great. And at 170 pounds, this is a guy that had fought at 170 to kind of kick off the career, had some fights at 185 and some catch weights, came in against Claudio Silva, had travel issues, and weighed in 176 pounds. That's a bad look. And I mean, this guy's 36 years old. I don't want to sound overly negative, so let me kind of stop right here and give a little bit of pause. Because the guy's 36. It's awesome that he made it to the UFC. Didn't give a good account of himself the first time out. He missed weight. There's a lot of negative around poor Cole Williams coming in. So A, kudos to you. You made it to the UFC. I will never do that. I'm just a skinny guy behind a computer. But B, this guy's career has been going downhill. And I mean, it's just one loss, so be it. I mean, he was 11-1 coming in. Jason Witt, really active. And here's the issue. Since 2017, Cole Williams has had 3 fights. 2 of them wins, 1 of them losses. For Jason Witt, he's fought 12 times. And he's fought varying levels of competition. I know his win before he got into the UFC was over a guy that looks just like a fighting Luke Thomas and Zach Busha. You have to go look up Zach Busha now.
It's uncanny.
I dare you. So just pause this here and then go look at it. But Jason Witt, he's known primarily for his wrestling, his ground and pound, and his hands are all right. He's not going to wow you with combinations. It's going to be more power punches than anything. But in this fight, again, I opened it up. It's a weird bucket of muscles. This is just such a weird fight to even happen in the UFC. This is a fight that you'd expect to see on like a regional promotion with 3 fights on a main card that are pro fights, with the rest of the 25 fights being amateur fights. This is the appetizer, the sampler, if you will, going into a card like that. But oh wait, scratch the record. This is on a UFC card. So A, it's a bit of a tough look there. And it's tough to try and even predict it, but what do you expect here, man?
So for Cole Williams at 36, not every athlete's like LeBron James who can just age like a fine wine, where it doesn't really matter what age you're at, you're
Well,
still
that's because he
top of
drinks a
your
lot
game.
of wine.
That is true, but also one of the greatest athletes ever. Cole Williams, unfortunately, is not in that same category as LeBron, but he is a fighter who you're starting to see age creep up on him, and at 36 being this young and at least your UFC career is never a great sign. And let's be honest, being 36 in a division like 170, that's when you start to get a little bit older, because it's not like you're at heavyweight where, you know, you could be in your prime at age 41 before you start to kind of age yourself out. Welterweight, lightweight, really anything down from welterweight. Once you start hitting 33, it's like, okay, your prime's starting to get over. Let's start wrapping this thing up. But Williams has decent hand speed. He's got all right cardio, but I do think the wrestling attack of Jason Witt is really going to stress the cardio of Cole Williams. I don't think Witt is the submission threat by any means that Claudio Silva is on the mat, because, again, we know Claudio Silva...
one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in MMA.
Exactly. He's not a guy who you think of immediately when you do think of the best kind of ground guys or jiu-jitsu players in MMA, but really, when he gets anyone to the ground, they are in a whole ton of trouble. So I wouldn't really take too much and think that Jason Witt's just going to go out there and really dominate Cole Williams on the mat. I do think he's going to get a lot of control time in this fight, because the wrestling style, like I had said, if he gets to Cole Williams early on, the problem's just going to keep on getting worse, and that effect's just going to snowball as the fight goes on, because Jason Witt, if he can get that first takedown, he can get the second, third, and fourth even easier after that. And I do think the control time is really going to add up. I don't think this is going to be a fight of the night by any stretch, but I just think when you look at what Jason Witt does well, what does he have? He has good cardio and he's got really good wrestling. Cole Williams, his cardio is starting to fade. He's getting a little bit older, and he's not a great athlete. So I don't think he'll be able to keep Jason Witt off of.
I mean, he's a long striker. If there's anything to look at from Cole Williams' standpoint, he's a long striker, and he throws with a little bit of whip on the end of his shots. But I don't expect Jason Witt to stay in range. Now, it was an issue against Takashi Sato, but the last time I checked, Takashi Sato is actually a really explosive athlete that you have to actually watch out for at 170. Might be a bit of a shocker. If I look at the total votes on this one, 667 over on Tapology, 72% going Witt, 84% predicting him to win by decision. If we look at the odds, they're actually incredibly close. Jason Witt opened an underdog plus 125. He's now at a minus 143. Cole Williams opened minus 145, now at a plus 117 average on best fight odds. That really surprises me. I expect Jason Witt to win this fight. Honestly, I expect him to get a win by finish. I'm going TKO ground and pound round 2, maybe round 3. I don't see this one going to a decision. I have Jason Witt in this fight overwhelmingly. I'm very surprised by the odds. If Cole Williams wins, it would be a huge shock to me. Kudos to you. I mean, I think that'd be one that you retire on. Hey, I won in the UFC. I was very wishy-washy, and I won in the UFC. That's pretty cool. A guy that's repping, I know they might say he's coming out of Wisconsin. A guy originally from Dubuque, Iowa. I've been there before. So shout out to Dubuque and all you fine people in Iowa. But yeah, I have Jason Witt in this one.
It's a real clash of styles, and really the whole fight does play into Jason Witt's strength. I do think the wrestling's going to be a little bit overwhelming for Cole Williams in this one. You should be able to get it done.
Matt, we both have Jason Witt to get the win in a weird fight to be on a UFC card. I'm really looking forward to this, though, because we have a lot of under-the-radar fights. Your co-main event, Bryce Mitchell taking on Andre Fili. Looking forward to that. Great main event with Anderson Silva taking on Uriah Hall. Keep it locked in with Fight Night Picks, Matt. As we always say,
let's get into it.